My name is Jason Hardin. I'm Pasadena Senior Commissioner for the City of Pasadena, and I am Chairman of the Ad Hoc Committee on Senior Transportation. I was born in San Jose, California, and that's in the Bay Area, for those who don't know. And I was raised everywhere from Sacramento to San Diego. I found Pasadena second semester freshman year. I moved away from my father's house from San Bernardino, and I came to Pasadena, and I fell in love with the city. I went to Pasadena High School second semester, and I never wanted to leave. After high school, it was interesting. I was homeless immediately after high school. 18 years old, I was sleeping on the bus. I was sleeping on I believe it was the number 2 bus that went from downtown LA to Santa Monica, and it was the longest route that ran 24 hours a day, so I would sleep on that bus, then get up when we got to Santa Monica, change buses, and sleep on the way back. And I would do that up until about 6 o'clock, and then I would make it with my way to Pasadena to go to PCC. So that was my life right after high school. I believe I always was an entrepreneur. I just had to find something that was positive to build a business around. I think I got into a lot of my positive business things when I got to PCC. There was a computer class. There was a whole business information technology course, and I think that turned me on to computers and business information technology. And with that, I became more prolific in creating documents. I got better at graphic arts, and that just led to a world of business opportunities, from putting together marketing plans for folks to just helping folks run their business. Accomplishments in business, I think I created a brand, and I think that's one of my biggest accomplishments. I can't say I'm rich yet. I can't say that I've made a whole lot of money, but I've created awareness for a lot of the things I care about. I've created opportunities for folks who didn't see an opportunity. I've created businesses through other people who have talent, and now they have their own business and doing what they love to do. I guess some more accomplishments would be I've created the Dina magazine, which is a community-based publication that just promotes the positive things we have going on in our city. And I produce me. I think business has allowed me to find out who I am and the things I love to do, and I think that's the greatest accomplishment I've achieved in business, is being able to find myself and be confident in who I am and be the person I've always wanted to be when I was younger. Well, in 2015, I ran for mayor of Pasadena, and I got into politics because business has taught me that if you're trying to do anything on a major level, if you're trying to help somebody on a major level, if you're trying to create programs on a major level, if you're trying to just do business and make money on a major level, you're always going to run into politics. And a lot of people don't want to get involved in politics, and I don't understand why, because politics is involved in every aspect of your life. So once I realized that I had to learn what it was all about. I had to be more fluent in what local government was about. So I figured that by running for mayor, the worst thing that could happen is that I learned a lot. And the worst thing happened. I learned a lot. But in learning that, I've learned more about myself. I've learned that I can actually hang in an environment where I thought I would never be able to function in. I learned that I had a voice, and that my voice matters, and that everybody's voices matter. But if you don't believe that, then that's a way of being silenced. You know, you're silencing yourself if you don't believe that your voice matters and that what you're trying to do has no value to the community. Always see yourself as a value to the community, and you can do a lot of great things, and that's one thing that politics has taught me. And it was actually my magazine that brought me into politics. It was first about, publishing stories that are positive in my community to helping folks who have no voice and don't know who to turn to. So once you start putting yourself in that position, you become, I'm not going to say a community leader, but you become a person that people go to when they have a problem. You become a voice, you become a platform, and I believe with that comes responsibility. And with me, that responsibility was being more involved, was being more positive, was trying to bring more resources back to my neighborhood. There's so much importance in the black vote, and I think the most important part of it is knowing that it does matter, knowing that people fought, died, and bled to be able to vote, and that just because society has downplayed it, just because it doesn't look as cool or as important as it did back in the 60s and 50s and 40s and 20s and 30s and so on, doesn't make it any less important. I believe that it's been downplayed in the black community, so we don't take an interest in it. I mean, I myself was never a voter until Obama ran for president, because I never felt I had anything to vote on. But that was the biggest illusion. We always have something to vote on. There's always something that's important. Everything is important. Every measure, every bill, it all plays a part in how we live our lives and where our tax dollars go and how our people are treated. So you really have to consider the value of it before you appreciate it. And I think more folks are starting to wake up. They are starting to understand, but not enough and not as fast as it needs to happen for real change to happen. I know it sounds cliche, but we all have to love thy neighbor. We do have to get to know our neighbor. We do have to go to these free community meetings. We have to go to these community events. We have to go to city council meetings. We just have to do more community-based activities. I mean, there are things that are available every single day, and they're available to us to enjoy, to learn from, to gain resources from, but if we don't go, we're not going to have access to those resources. We're not going to take advantage of them. So I think to be a close-knit community, we just have to engage each other on a positive level. I mean, that goes across the board, from engaging your neighbor to engaging your authority figures, getting to know your district representative, getting to know your council member. We all have representatives and people that are there to service us, but if we don't utilize them, if we don't let them know that we exist, if we don't call on them when we need them, then it pretty much goes to waste, and we don't really get the full benefits or the full value of being a community, especially a wealthy community like Pasadena. There's so much that we can do if we chose to work together. There's so much we could do if we didn't care who got the credit or where the credit went. There's so much we could do if we just stopped waiting for a solution and just became a solution. So I think whatever you think the community is missing, be that. If you think the community is missing somebody to talk to the kids, be that person. If you think the community is missing somebody to talk to the police, be that person. Be whatever you think is missing in the community, and you'll see how close we can all become. I have no idea, and I think that's the best part, because I didn't know I was going to end up here, and I'm here. A doctor said I wouldn't live past 3 years old, so everything that came after 3 was an unknown, and I appreciate every moment, good, bad, and indifferent. So I don't know what I want to do from here. I don't know where I'm going to go from here, but I do know all I want to know is that I want to stay involved. I love working with people. I love improving the community, and I'm starting to love politics, and that's like one of the biggest surprises to me is I thought I would hate this. I thought that once the election day was over and I didn't win, I can go back to just being me, and that couldn't have been further from the truth than anything. Life changed literally overnight, and you become more, you become more belonging to the community. People actually feel entitled to your time and to your attention, and you give it to them, because like I said, anything that you do for your community helps your family, helps your neighborhood, helps your children, and it's just like I said, it's something that I can't walk away from. So whatever I'm doing, I know that I'm going to be involved in business. I know I'm going to be involved in the community, involved in politics, and always involved in trying to help people.